channel. As you guys can see from some of the video clips that I already posted, today we are actually working on my personal TSX. Just doing a series of what we're gonna call Laguna Day track day prep. This will be my first track day. I'm trying to make it. I have about a week or so, just because we are with the homies. We're gonna be attending Race Wars. Hopefully, we don't know yet. But if we do, that takes away one of the days. I plan on doing the Sunday track day at Laguna. So I'm just putting on parts that I've accumulated in order to try to get the car in somewhat okay working order for that day in particular. As in this case, we're doing the rear, swapping out rear discs, as well as pads. I'm not going to be doing fluid because I actually ordered I don't know how to say, proper way to say, Motul or model, I'm not sure, synthetic racing brake fluid, just for a safety precaution. So that will be on another video. Today I think most likely we're just gonna do this real quick, but just some quick tips for you guys, or if anybody has questions on changing. And I'm also gonna let you guys know what I am running and what has worked for me for daily purposes, and I'm gonna be trying these out on the track, so we'll be able to check them out to see how well they hold up. But yeah, for the most part, for my front suspension, I am running the RL brake calipers with 350Z Brembo package rotors, and I got the front rotors from R1 Concepts, the slotted rotors with Brembo RL pads. Not the best. I know a lot of people run like Hawk pads and things like that, but at the time that's basically what I ended up getting, and hopefully it gets me by. My goal is to make this track day and see where I'm at. The car in no way is fast. It's basically mostly suspension upgrades, more of handling and minor cosmetic stuff, as well as what I usually some interior work, just because I'm mostly in the interior of the car, and as long as I like the feel of the steering wheel, shifter, pedals as well, all that makes a big difference. Motor work, I'm still waiting on that, just because I want to first drive basically what I got, and once I become better of a driver, in skills wise, and that I feel the necessity that I need the car to be a lot faster to accommodate, then we'll go ahead and do that. But for the meantime, I just want to have fun, meet some new people, and take this chassis out to the track, just because I don't see a lot of people doing it, and I've always been a fond of building cars that nobody decides to build, so hence the TSX. But yeah, I'll give you guys some quick tips and then we'll go from there. So you guys can see these are the R1 Concept slotted rotors. I have been running the R1 Concept rotors. Actually, those are on the CRV on the front. Haven't had a single issue with them. I've been running them on this car in the front with the big brake kit upgrade. No issues at all whatsoever. And also I've been running them, my brother-in-law is running them on his E46, and one of the guys' cars that you guys seen, Felix with the white Integra, he's also running not the slotted rotors. I think he ended up getting the blank ones. Not 100% sure, but I know he's running R1 Concept rotors as well in the front and the rear. I do plan on running those on the TL, which is covered there, which I am actually going to be bringing out, since this car is going to be down for this week until Friday, just to do all these upgrades, have it chilling here at my mom's house in the meantime. But yeah, just some quick tips for doing your rotors or whatnot. Just remember, like, to these, usually they get stripped, but in this case I am using So I am using this tool. Not exactly sure what it's called, but I got it when I was working at Acura. I used to be a tech for Acura. So yeah, so basically the concept of this, you put it, it's like a, not like an air hammer, but like a punch hammer, I'm not exactly sure. So this one I got at Harbor Freight. You could get different bits for it, but this I think it's like a number 3 Phillips. You put this in here and then you punch it. When you do punch it, you're kind of like shocking it in a way. Not exactly how to explain it, but as soon as you do that, it helps free this up and prevents you from stripping these so they can go back off freely. After you take them off, you kind of just lock this in place, and then you can use it to just screw it on back by hand. It doesn't need to be no Hercules tight or whatnot, and you should be good. And then what we'll do after is we are going to compress back the piston. I have this special tool that I actually bought. I got this from the Snap-on truck back in my what's it called, my Acura Tech days. But you can most likely find something similar to this at Amazon or whatnot. Shouldn't be that hard. If I do find one on Amazon, I'll post a link for you guys to get something similar to this or something that would work. This makes your job a lot easier. I know some people just get a flathead screwdriver, but this just makes it a whole ton easier. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I'm just gonna turn this so you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can see right there, but just gonna turn it in. Pretty easy to turn. I think that should be all the way in, I believe. And then just to get it to be ready to go, kind of want to line this up to be like perfectly like in the center. Let's see, just so it can grab onto tabs. That looks about right. So grab onto these tabs on the brake pad, on that one in particular. And then you should be pretty, I think it's, yeah, that's it. Should be pretty much good. Just make sure you guys watch the brake fluid, because you guys are, it will come up a bit, not too much. I just put this rag, which should be literally kind of came off, but I just put a rag just to catch any of overflow that does happen, if it happens, just to be on the safe side, to not make a mess and have this brake fluid start eating up by your paint. But yeah, a lot of people already know how to do these, but these are just the things that I do and that works for me. It's a little bit hard. It is hard in the beginning, but it tends to get loose after your initial turn. You try with the other hand. And most Hondas are like this, at least for the rear, some of them. Or most of them. If you guys can see, it actually is getting compressed. For the brake pads, we're basically halfway. It's a pretty quick, easy job. It's not that hard. For the pads, like I said, I am running the Brembo pads, and the Brembo pads do come with their own grease. And yeah, just see. Sorry, just using one hand. Whoa. So these are our Brembo pads. They're going to be running in the rear. And yeah, you just kind of like grease these up. Once you have all these grease up, you're going to put them back in. They did provide, which is kind of cool, new shims, which we are going to replace the shims, kind of clean off all the other stuff, and then get ready to go. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'm not going to really dive into a DIY because there is countless of videos on how to do this, but I just want to bring you guys along to show you guys what I'm basically doing in order to prep for this Laguna Seca day. But yeah, I'm just probably going to hit you guys with some quick snips as we go along, and then go from there. I hope you guys liking this video and all the other videos that are here to come. And let's get to it. Alright, you guys, as you guys can see, we are done both with this side and this side. And one thing that I forgot to tell you guys, we're actually installing stainless steel brake lines, and I actually bought these with the set in the front together because I already knew this was going to happen. I was actually just waiting for my pads to wear down, and they were already worn down, but since track day is coming up, I decided to do it. But yeah, one thing I want to let you guys know also, this slide pin, make sure you guys grease this up, because this basically keeps everything going smooth in the in and out, or the sliding motion of the caliper. So always make sure, even if you guys take them off, put new grease in it. It's not expensive, super cheap. You guys can hear. I do live next to a freeway, so it's always kind of cool to hear all these cars coming by. But we are going to replace this line. It should be simple. It's just this 14. There's a 12 right here, which I have the bolt for right there. We're not going to put it back on because we still got to do this. And then I'm going to take off this clip and undo the brake line. For the line, I have brake line wrenches specifically for these, to make sure you grab them on and you don't strip them. You could do it with the regular one, but if it does come to the point that it gets stripped, it's more possible with the regular wrenches as opposed to the ones that are for brake lines, which I have right here. You can get these at Harbor Freight. These are obviously snap-on, but yeah, it should be, see what size it is. Most likely should be a 10. Let's try a 10. So yeah, yeah, as you guys can see with the fitment, like it has some play, but not as much. Just make sure it allows you to make sure that you get this pretty good and you don't end up slipping or whatnot, because I've done it before with the regular wrench and that does happen a lot. So this is just like a safety, so you can make sure this is pretty good. But most likely we're going to, the steps for this, we're going to take this off first. Once we take this off, then we can take this clip and then take this. I do have this piece of cardboard to catch any of the brake fluid coming off, and then that should be pretty much it.